I'd be happy to answer your questions. I want to apologize to you. I thought I was supposed to talk about do-it-yourself colonoscopy, but I see nobody brought their probes, so we'll have to skip that, okay? Now, the next thing I want to talk to you about is taxes, death taxes. Right now, if you are single, you will pay no federal estate tax if your estate is under $11,400,000. $11,400,000. If you are married, it's double, $22,800,000. No federal tax. Now, I want to tell you, if you're married, you're over $22,800,000. Please let me know. I want to take you out to lunch. Okay? No federal tax. So, for most of us, 99% of the population, we do not have to worry about federal estate tax. Okay? New Jersey used to be, when I say used to be, 2016 and before, was the number one most expensive state in the country to die. Okay? It was probably the most expensive to live, but it was definitely the number one most expensive state in the country to die. Why? Because they had two death taxes. They had an estate tax and they had an inheritance tax. Now, the estate tax was eliminated, 100% gone, on January 1, 2018. So that means you can leave unlimited wealth to a spouse, a child, a grandchild, a great-grandchild, a stepchild, no New Jersey tax at all. So 96% of the people who die in New Jersey leave it to their spouse, their children, their grandchildren, great-grandchildren, their stepchildren. And so 96% of us here in New Jersey don't have to worry about death taxes unless we're over the federal limit, which is $11,400,000 if we're single, or $22,800,000 if we're married, okay? And I always get a kick out of, I don't want to get into that. I don't want to get into politics, so forget that. Okay, so that's death tax. Now, I remember I told you New Jersey has two taxes. One is the estate tax, which has been eliminated. But the other tax is still with us. It's called inheritance tax. And the reason why it's called an inheritance tax is because it depends on who inherits, whether you pay this tax. If you leave your wealth to a spouse, a child, a grandchild, a great-grandchild, a stepchild, you're not subject to the tax. You leave it to a brother, a sister, a niece, a nephew, a friend, New Jersey inheritance tax kicks in, and for the most part, it's 15% from $1, goes up to 16% when you're over $700,000, okay? I had a woman come in, she's worth $1 million, her husband died, no children. She came in with her niece, she goes, my niece takes care of me. She goes, I want to do a will. I want to leave everything to my niece. And by the way, I'm thinking about selling my house and moving someplace else. So I said, well, that's fine, you can die and leave everything to your niece, but because she's your niece, you have $1 million, you're going to pay $160,000, or she's going to pay $160,000 from your estate when you die because it's subject to New Jersey inheritance tax. She goes, what can I do to avoid the tax? I said, well, you can give her all your money now. She goes, oh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to give up control. Okay? What else can I do? I said, well, I'm admitted to practice in New York and New Jersey, and you're talking about selling your house and moving. Suffern is 18 minutes up the road from Ridgewood. If you die a New York state resident, there is no tax on the first $5.25 million, no matter who you leave it to. So I said, if you're going to sell your house, move it to New York. You will save your niece $160,000. That's what she did. She sold her house. She moved up to Goshen. She lives in independent living up in Goshen. She loves it. And she saved her niece $160,000. Of course, she's got to pay a little gas to get up there to visit her, but if somebody's going to leave you $1 million, you're going to go visit, okay? Although I do have people who don't, but you have to go visit, okay? So that's the story with taxes, okay? So I don't know if anybody has any questions, but that's the story about taxes, okay? Yes, ma'am.
Just to clarify it, so you're saying that for inheritance tax by children, inheritance left to our children.
No tax. Unless you're over the 11 million or 22 million. Yeah, no. You leave it to a niece, a nephew, a daughter-in-law, a son-in-law. You're going to get nailed with the tax. I have people, although I will tell you I've been doing this 43 years, nobody leaves anything of any substantial value to in-laws, to son-in-laws, daughter-in-laws. I don't care how much they love them, they don't leave it to them. And the ones who do, I try to talk them out of it because that's going to be subject to tax. Leave it to your son, let him give it to his wife, okay? So that's the story on taxes. Anybody? Okay. Yes?
And the son has offspring with the wife.
The son what?
The son and wife have offspring.
They have children, yes. Right.
And the son dies, who's your,
Most wills say, I leave things to my children. If my child dies, one child dies, his share goes to his kids. If he doesn't have kids, it goes to the other kids, never to the in-laws.
so she wouldn't have to pay tax
No,
on the money that's left to the grandkids.
no, not unless it's over 22 million or 10, 11 million. Yeah, okay? All right, so that's the story on taxes. Now, the only other